Match day number 2 of the second edition of the Super 8 Africa Atta Comp here in Kenya, the capital Nairobi. This is the third match between the players. The players here, Kelvin Kandu, aka Fikoti, and Stanford Gnite from Malawi. These two won their first rounds yesterday. In the first round for the 8 people that played yesterday, that's Stanford Gnite versus Ishmael Tetwa. It ended 9-3. Kelvin Kandu versus Hussein Abdullah yesterday ended 9-6. So these two are still in the winner's bracket. Earlier today, we watched Ishmael versus Hussein Abdullah in the loser's bracket. Hussein won that one. So Ishmael is officially the first man out of the Super 8 comp. Thereafter, we got to watch Marvin Konza, aka Maluva from Zimbabwe, versus Jeremiah Naidu, aka Ganda Ganda, the Green Machine from South Africa. Jeremiah and Naidu won that one. 11-5 was the final scoreline. Match number 3. But the first match number 3 of today, but the first match of the second round in the winner's bracket. Calvin Kandu on the table after a good break there, breaking and potting. And he is on the yellows. I'm in the commentary booth here with my colleague, none other than Peter Chobe, officially the voice of the United States of Africa, the voice that unites the United States of Africa.
You are so generous with your with your comments, but thank you. Personally, this is the match that I mostly looked forward to of the two winners semi-finals. The other one is between Brian Kiptalam and Caesar Chaniga, but this one looks way more competitive and I think, in my opinion, also more exciting. One of the players that I like to watch the most, not only for his accuracy, but also for his speed, Stanford given Gente, against one of the players that has been the most on form in Africa this year, but he has just come short on international performances. Most of the competitions that have been organized in Zambia have been won by Kelvin this year. Weekly comps at billiards and other events, but he has just come short at the tournament that was organized in his country. The Billiards Cafe big one, he did fail out in both of their lives, and yet he's supposed to be the player that is now considered by many to be now Zambia's number one. He won the car competition in Zambia also. Yes, he did about 3 months ago. Yes, he won the car competition. That's why he's rated by many right now as Zambia's best player. And of course, on top of so many comps that have been organized in Lusaka this year. Had to pick a favorite. I just think that of late the complexion of Gente's game has been a little bit high. How he's been performing, how he have performed at billiards, how he performed in the Grand Mchana, and how he performed in the first round of this competition. He had the biggest margin of victory, 9-3 against, of all people, Ishmael, who, by the way, was the first player to entirely exit this competition, followed by Maluva. Whoever wins will qualify for the winner's bracket final. Whoever loses will drop to the loser's bracket and face probably Jerry. I really like to watch Kelvin's game, the composure, the shooting accuracy, and the determination. In Kenya, only for the second time in his life, Kelvin, but Kenya is not exactly a good hunting ground for him. He has come short many times. Last year at the Grand Mchana, he did lose out in the second round. This year, he didn't even reach the second round. Of course, understandably, so losing out to one of the tournament favorites, Jerry, in the tournament's first round. But at least in the ATS Super 8, he got a chance to redeem himself in the first round when he took down Abdallah Hussein 9-6 to qualify to play the match in which he's participating now. He leads 1-0. He was supposed to be part of the first round edition of the Super 8 competition, Kelvin, only to come short on travel details. But there is always a second chance that is so far utilizing to the fullest. Big break now by Gente. The tempting balls to go for are clearly the reds. Whether or not he can pot easily either of his reds is another thing altogether. He has full sight of only one. Could go for connection, could go for snooker, could go for safety. His intention was clearly to deny Kelvin himself an easy way to pot, especially any red. Kelvin makes no mistake, closing the table playing reds. A race to 11, it is a medium race. Could go anybody's way. Kelvin knows that he has to have his composure on, because there comes a time in the match when Ginta starts spotting everything. He has demonstrated that in so many events. He is one of the players that were hurt the most after being beaten in the Grand Mchana Open Championship round of last 8. When he was called upon the stage to collect his cash prize, he said, "It's not the prize I wanted, I am still in pain," and then congratulated the winners. He demonstrated that pain by thrashing Ishmael in the first round of his first life to qualify for this match. A guy who his management team also wants him to venture into other disciplines like Heibo, such that he can go to China and Morocco and all the places where the big Heibo competitions are held. And I can only wish him good luck in that one. But for now, the luck is seeming to be the way of Kelvin, representing himself and Team Eagles and Zambia. He normally knows one way how to play Gente. His way is to play attack, and normally at high speed. In my opinion, he's the second fastest player on the African continent, of course, to Jerry. White ball he's giving himself, he's giving him natural complexion, potting the yellow ball near the black ball, white ball opening up the second yellow, which will open up the frame in its entirety. Plays that shot to total perfection, I think. Calls that with either of the yellows. This one has to be not only on target, but an accurate backspin moving towards the point where he had his hand. It will do. Needs big spin on the white ball of 2 cushions. Will that do? Maybe not. How
Peter,
about that shot, Priscilla?
I was admiring the movement of the cue ball there as it was spinning around, looking drunk as it went around.
I love the fact that white ball was looking drunk.
Tell me, who do you think is faster? A faster player between Blessing Bibido from Zimbabwe and Jinte?
I go for Jinte. The reason is that, especially when he's in the mode, he can take 30 seconds or 40 or 50, mapping out the entire pattern of him finishing off a frame. Then he just comes and takes like 5 seconds in between shots. You think something is wrong with him, and he can look such a joy to watch. But also, Blessings is a very fast player, and that I really acknowledge.
I think Blessing is like a mini Ganda Ganda. People have
Ganda?
called him Ganda Ganda Light in some instances.
Oh, does he have Jerry as a source of inspiration? Blessings.
Not entirely, but I mean, it's people who are likening his play to
I
the
get
Jerry
it.
kind of style, like the hard potting, quick shots kind of play. Good finishing there from Stanford. 1-1. I think this will be blow for blow. This may be the last, the first match we've gotten to see, which is not so one sided. The 2 matches we saw today were rather one sided. Ishmael versus Hussein. That ended 11-6 in favor of Hussein. And then after that, we watched Marvin Rukonza versus Jeremiah. That one also was rather one-sided. 2 frames down here and a race to 11. These two, I think, are very good players, both very good players. Very hungry for the win. Looking very eager. Battling it out for the first prize, which will be $2,000. The winner of the Super 8 comp, the second edition, will walk away with $2,000. Number 2 will walk away with $1,000. And third place will walk away with $500. All are United States dollars. Yummy.
These guys sometimes get money from playing pool, and I wish I were a pool player also. And I have to confess to you, there is a way I felt when I saw guys 64 different cash envelopes. Can you even believe that? During the prize ceremony for the Grand Michana, because they were for the Grand Michana 16 men and 16 ladies, then team events, then the Shujawa Kenya, the tournament for Kenyans only. There were 64 envelopes, all full of cash. There was a way I felt.
Me too. You and me both. I was salivating as I looked at those envelopes.
And none of them was mine. But that's life.
First train, you're a fish. You don't deserve anything as yet.
But it's always so nice when you see that players can get a chance to benefit from their talent. And for some of these guys, the $2,000 can mean a big difference. Yeah, it can make wonders. It can, for someone who knows how to handle their money, it can even change some life around. It can buy me 2 pool tables in Uganda. Maybe 2 in Zimbabwe, not so.
Definitely 2 very good condition pool tables. New ones, actually. Second-hand ones would go for a cheaper price. You could get 3 good second-hand ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
then the 2,000 is something. You imagine having 3 pool tables. Okay, 2, then the other money can be used for, starting up the stuff, paying the initial rent, then you start getting money every day for so many years, just from winning that one competition. And this is what exactly Kelvin is rooting for, as much as is Jinte in this match, which shall either drop out the Zambian or the Malawian into the losers bracket, as long as they are not the first to 11. And the winner of this match shall be assured of some money, because at worst, the winner of this match shall be participating in the 3rd place match. Our umpire is Dennis Otieno. Oops. How about that? A very good imagination and a very good execution from the Zambian. Wow, 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 wow. I didn't see that coming at all. And yet, I thought I had seen much. I have seen something else. And Kelvin regains his lead, but regains it quite beautifully. It is 2 for Kelvin and 1 for Gnite. And the Prince the Voice has gotten goosebumps all over his body simply because of that amazing clearance by Kelvin, not so.
Oh, yes, true. I can't hide my emotions sometimes, especially when it comes to good shots. Whenever I see a very good shot, especially one that I didn't see coming, my body's very telling. I develop goosebumps. That was awesome. That was a very classy finish. I think for me, the best so far today. I admire that entirely.
And I look out for it tomorrow, and then I try to reshare it with you guys such that you can watch it again. Gnite with a chance to try and re-equalize in this match if he can win frame number 4. Most especially if he is the player that is breaking. The competition ends tomorrow, but there is a lot of pools still to play today, up to tonight, up to around midnight local time, by the way, if maybe 11 p.m., if these guys can play faster. Coming up next will be Brian Kiptalam and Caesar Chandiga. But the players who have been winning in the losers bracket and the 2 players that will have won their matches in the winners bracket will also have matches after. And then tomorrow shall be the winners final and the losers final and the grand final. And even more reason for you to keep your fingers crossed. There is some discussion of a potential money match between Caesar and Jerry. Yes, it is real, only still under the discussion. No confirmation. Yes, and the discussion that is ongoing is to have that match happen tonight, right after this competition, same table, same venue, same live streaming platform. Gnite, doing Gnite stuff here. He is the pride of Malawi. Not just in pool, but also sports in general. And there he is, up on the black to win by green apple. Gnite versus the black, which he sinks to the center pocket and equalizes again. It is Gnite 2 and Kelvin 2 in a race to 11 for a place in the winners bracket final to take on the winner between Caesar Chandiga and Brian Kiptalam, a match that is happening right after this. And Brian Kiptalam is at the venue. Caesar not seen as yet. And fans are starting to pour into the venue in bigger numbers than it was for the morning sessions. And some players have decided to stay around. Moses Mafia seems not to be about to leave Kenya. Still enjoying the country. His second time into the country. Second time, his performance was better than the first. He was 4th out of over 200 players in the men's singles event, but also one of the players that came first that won the team event with the Eagles Polo Club. One of the players that shouted the Zambian engine all night long. A dry break has come from Kelvin, an opportunity for Gnite to re-increase his lead. He has started relatively very calm Gnite than he normally is. A guy that came to the limelight when he surprised each and everybody, including himself, Gnite, when he won the Billiards Cafe double elimination classic competition in Lusaka, Zambia last year. Since then, he has never been the same player. And I know that his manager, Mindres, is watching this one with the pressure, but also with the expectation from Blantyre.
You know what, Peter? I'm just thinking back to the first time I ever caught wind of a player known as Jinte. It was in a video that I saw doing the rounds on social media where he was saying, Africa, I'm here to conquer, when he was in Zambia. And I was just thinking, I will confess, I was just thinking, hey, these loud mouths, it's going to be embarrassed. And I mean, a lot of people come, I mean, seemingly with a loud mouth, usually get embarrassed. But I was soon pleasantly surprised when he won that tournament. And then I got to meet him in person when he came for the Queen's International in December. And I saw such a humble young man, very humble and very talented on the table. I like the confidence. He's very quickly gained a fan in me. And I think I grew even more of a fan when he came here to Kenya. When he landed, I remember watching a video where he was being interviewed after landing, and he was asked about how he felt about getting to meet Ibra again. We know what he's been doing to Ibra lately. Each time he meets Ibra.
Man, 4 times in a row. 4 times in a row, same person winning. I don't know. I don't know what Ibra did to him.
But yeah, he's known as the Ibra killer lately. Yeah. But yeah, when he was asked what he thinks would happen this time if they were to match up again, he was like, Ibra is likely to win. Ibra will beat me this time.
That is how he normally answers his questions. He gives respect to his opponents. He weighs himself as the smaller person, but a very big smaller person, if you get what I mean. His performances, he only speaks on the pool table. That is something that I really like about him. Even when you meet him, when you see him on the table taking an eat or a drink, you get to join him. He speaks so humbly, and yet you can't imagine what a star he is nowadays in pool. One of the most likable characters now amongst all the male players that are playing the sport in Africa today.
True, and this is not only on camera when he gets to display this humble side of himself. He's generally humble. I mean, even off camera, there was a time I asked him, he was matched up to play Marvin Mkonza from Zimbabwe in the Mchana tournament, the just ended tournament. And I asked him how he thinks it's going to go. And he says to me, Maluva will beat me, I'm sure. And I asked him why he thought so. He was like, that guy is big. I don't think I can manage it. I doubt.
That's him, and it's the kind of answers he normally gives. But there's someone told me that earlier this year he became a dad to twins. I don't know how true. How do you call a father of twins in you're on the belly?
Well, I'm actually Shona. I'm a Shona speaker.
How do you call a father of twins?
But I can speak both.
How do you call a father of twins in Shona?
We don't have a specific term for a parent of twins. We just have a term for the twins. In Shona, it's mapachka.
Mapachka. And how do you call a dad or a father?
In Shona, it's baba. In Debele, it's ubaba.
So, ubaba mapachka is Jinte.
That's good enough. I'll let you off. It's a bit wrong, but I'll let you off.
Yeah,
we understand.
I tried. I've tried.
But you did very bad at it, just like you do on the pool table.
Gawe. You know, when I beat Francis Mkweka, in my opinion, I think I conquered Zimbabwe.
And then the next Zimbabwean you played after that? Care to continue?
No, that's not necessary. Okay, we go back to the match.
All right, okay. We won't tell him that you and I played. It's fine. Kelvin's shooting away here. He has 5 yellows remaining on the table here. It's blow for blow, toe to toe. It's a good matchup, this. I quite like it. Very entertaining. Quite difficult to predict who the winner will be. I'm though kind of disappointed though in the number of apples they've delivered. Only one break and dish so far. And it took them long enough, like a whole 4 frames. Fourth frame was only when we got to see a break and run. These two players are in very fine form right now and very good at shooting and cue ball management. I expected a lot more fireworks. However, it started off on a good note for both of them. Difficult to predict. I like deciders. I miss seeing a decider. The last time I got to see a decider was Brian Kiptolam versus Jeremiah yesterday. The earlier two matches we saw today were quite one-sided. But this one, I hope, for my own selfish reasons, to prolong the action, to enjoy more entertainment, I hope will be a decider.
It's the match personally I looked forward to the most. Yes, I did look forward to the match between Jerry and Maluva, but I know that both of them, for the first round, were not performing to their level best, most especially Maluva. Whatever is happening in his mind, the guy is not having his game on, and I wouldn't judge him on what he has been performing in this competition. I did not expect so much because of what I had seen so far. That's why this one is the match in which I expected exactly what I am seeing. 2-2, and the Zambian is now taking a 3-2 lead in a race to 11 for a place in the winners bracket semi-final. And whoever wins this match will be so close to the money because they will need to win one match out of two to get some money, which could be 2,000 or 1,000 or 500 US dollars, depending on the results of the matches. Once again, Dennis Otieno. And special thanks to you for subscribing to watch this action. Your subscription is a support to these players direct because there is no registration fees for this competition as other tournaments. They can only get paid by you who is watching them through your daily subscription. That's why we always encourage you to subscribe daily or weekly or monthly, maybe even annually, depending on how you see the action that is coming up. And how about today? For 1.5 US dollars only, watching the whole of 6 matches. This one is only the third, and 3 of them are happening. Now, if there is a fourth, which is a money match between Jerry and Caesar, that means that the ATA now will have fed you excessively to fill your pool appetite entirely tonight for top class action. If the 7th match is a money match of that magnitude. Gente on forward, it's a very tricky looking frame, and yet he's potting, probably try and finish. Cannot come easy, definitely, most especially considering the red ball he's looking at. That one near the yellow, near the corner pocket, now on the bottom left of your screen. He just gets to play a safety shot, playing his red ball right behind the black, such that if Jinta finishes his yellows, then he cannot easily pot the black. It is good brains from the Malawian.
I'm just checking out some of the comments I'm seeing here on the platform. There's someone by the name of Cyrus who says, Shona language sounding like Swahili. Mapacha meaning twins. Ah, okay. I guess in Swahili, it's Mapacha. In Zimbabwe, it's not cha, the end of that word, Mapacha. Yes, it's Mapachka. Say it, Peter.
Mapachka.
Yes, that's TYA at the end, but it's kind of the same. These African languages, so many of them are quite similar. True. And a prediction there from Arthur, a very bold prediction. Quite early on, he says grand final is going to be between Jerry and Caesar. He's predicted that already.
Then we don't need the battle now if we are to go with your prediction, because maybe the grand final will also be another race to 21. Do we? If we are to go with the prediction of Cyrus, then we probably call off the battle, not so.
No, I like double the action. Even if the final will be Jerry versus Caesar, I want to see it again. And I hope whoever wins, if it is the final between Jerry and Caesar, whoever wins that final, I hope they get to lose in the money match. That would mean 1-1, so that yes, when
Then
they will want another battle for our own entertainment. Eh?
But for Jerry, he still has to contend with the likes of Abdallah Hussein, the likes of whoever loses this match, the likes of whoever loses the match between Caesar and Brian next, for him to play out with those three for a place in the losers bracket final, where whoever comes out of the losers bracket will have to contend with someone who will be having his two lives in the final, having to beat him twice, or else contend with being second. That was a little bit innovative from Gnite, but just came short, and he finds himself opening up the frame, even for Kelvin, who will most likely be pouncing on this one to increase his lead in the match. Two players have been knocked entirely out of the tournament. That is Maluva, as well as Ishmael. The other player who was not knocked out was Mighty Podge. Podge, how is your afternoon?
So far, so good. I'm expecting at least me and Priscilla. I'm going to give her a head start.
Okay.
And then we'll see who is really one of the best.
So,
and the winner will play Chobe Live.
I think that will be a good one, eh?
All right.
That will be a good one between me and you. The only way it will not be good is the fact that you will not be winning.
Priscilla, are you ready for the challenge?
Yes, but you know how it is in our sport. Women get what? Head starts.
Yes,
So I was waiting to hear that bit, and you didn't say it.
Wonderful afternoon you're having here.
Just a head start live on camera, by the way.
Wow, let me ask you something. Wow, the guy's shooting very well.
Yeah.
And the two players are really equally matched. These two players, top notch. It could go either way, Chobe. It can go either way.
Definitely either way. For now, advantage is on Kelvin. He has started the more composed player, utilizing all the misses of Gnite to have a
Just
full
hold on, Chobe. Already the demeanor of Gnite already being on the phone and is playing concentration. The game is almost 60% mental and 40% talent. So that one is already a question mark. It's an audit query.
It can always be questioned, but some of the players, what they do is to relax their mind, not to look at the table when it's not their turn. They could get to social media, maybe listen to some music. They'll just watch things they like to watch until they are told that it's your turn on table. Some of them, that's how they regulate their mind.
Chobe Life, let me tell you, I've played this game for so many years. Over 35 years, I've been playing this game. That is the wrong option for him. He should concentrate. He should show some discipline, and he should at least be emotionally into the arena. Because if you see the boy, doing the phone. What? Oh, what a break! What a break! But unfortunately, no, Gnite.
That was spotted on the break. He gets to break again.
Yes.
The same frame.
All right.
No foul, no two shots.
But it was an apple in the making. It was a really interesting break.
It was an apple in the making. Sometimes when you put the black on the break, it is because the balls are so well split and so scattered, they end up hitting the black. Normally, you just get to regret because you are just hoping that you have the white ball remain on the table and the black ball, then you hope for a clearance.
Chobe, before this one continues, how has been your stay in Kenya?
I'm feeling at home. I don't want to go back.
Oh. I know the reason. I will not say it here. But what I'm saying,
because of your nyama choma every day.
Chobe Life, I want to tell you for free. Chobe, do you know, apparently, we've done research, we've done statistics. Apparently, Kenyans love you more than Ugandans. I don't believe why. Or you see the Kenyan ladies love you more than the Ugandan ladies. I don't know what's the secret.
Everybody in the pool fraternity in Kenya is my friend. Everybody from the president, that is Ben Ndumo, up to the fans. Everybody is my friend.
But because wherever you are, we find women and girls, they follow you a lot. What do you have? Because we also wish to be followed like you. What do you have? What's the secret?
You be specific. They follow on social media, not working after me. Not physically following me.
Back to the table.
Yeah.
Back to the table life. This is a game which I think Fikoti will finish.
Definitely, he will, and he's been played into confidence in a way by Gente. And for the first time ever since Kelvin stepped foot in the Kenya, we are seeing the best of him.
He's been playing very well, very well.
This year, he has been the best player in Zambia in terms of results gotten, including winning the car competition, by the way. It's called the Chipata car competition, something. Just saw information on social media about 3 months ago.
Right.
And then towards the big events, he lost a little bit of his form. He was very unconvincing in the Billiards Cafe double elimination competition, and then lost out in the Grand Michana first round, then lost a money match against Uganda's Joseph Kasozi. The best of him we saw at first was himself defeating yesterday Abdallah Hussein to qualify for this match. And in this match for which he qualified, he's also performing very well so far. So
And Chobe life, success is a build-up of so many things.
exactly.
And I think discipline is very major key.
Yes.
And I find this boy very disciplined, and very humble.
disciplined, very humble, very calm, very reserved, very likable. He's Kelvin.
All right, look at the shot. Okay, how about the first shot?
The
Control of the cue
The
ball.
control of the cue ball. Normally, a weak player like yourself, you find the cue ball moving all over the place.
Priscilla,
The cue ball moves all
I
over the
think
place.
Priscilla, you've seen me play. I'm not that bad, Priscilla.
I don't know how bad or good I can say you are, but your cue ball would have landed somewhere in bulk and you'd have missed the pot horribly. So judge for yourself. Is that good or bad?
I didn't know I'm in between two enemies, two rivals. I don't know. But going forward, wow. Jinte apparently is a very defensive player as well. He can play very good defense.
He can be defensive when he'd say there are sometimes when it's the only option available. Even Jerry sometimes plays safeties. So why not Gente?
And I can assure you, if he let this one leave it, Jinte will finish this one.
Definitely. It's easy to think that even when Kelvin finds the black, as long as he doesn't pot it, most likely it will be Gente finishing off.
That was a good try. Let's
It's
just say it was
try.
a very good
It was a very good try.
Very unfortunate, unlucky,
Came
but
a little bit short, but the try is very commendable from Kelvin.
It's very interesting because I think Jinte should have disrupted the. He should have. Oh, he's going for another. Oh. The boy is on top of his. The boy is on top of his confidence.
There's
confidence.
There's only one direction. This friend. Only one.
All right. No, the guy is a finisher and a half. He's a finisher and a half. Priscilla, you are from South African region. Zimbabwe to be precise, and Malawi is in the South African side. This boy is a finisher and a half.
Yeah, they both are actually, to be fair. They're both my neighbors. Malawi and Zambia are both neighbors to Zimbabwe. I'm actually fangirling behind both of them. They're really playing very well, and I'm loving the display they're showing. Look at that. They make it look so easy.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not sure if they actually find it easy or they just have a way of making it look easy, but I wish I could play like them.
Absolutely. I also wish I could play like that because I'll be eating Chobe's money every other
But
month.
I'm so surprised that given how you are playing, you've just said that you've been playing for 35 years and still producing that kind of pool.
Yeah, sometimes.
Don't you find it shameful to mention the amount of time you've been playing?
Wow, Jinte pulls one back. It will be Jinte 3, Jinte 3, Kelvin 4. Yes, that is a score. But going forward, what an interesting. People be saying, I lose sometimes. It is true, sometimes I lose. But I'm a life coach. I'm now a mentor. Sometimes I mentor people what losing is all about. You lose, you can also win at the same time. You win, and you can lose at the same time. So in Priscilla, sometimes losing is not an offense.
Yeah, true. You win some, you lose some. You can't get to this level of play without coming across a lot of stumbling blocks, a lot of tears along the journey, a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of losses. And I believe they do say to prove you're a true sportsman, you have to lose. I think that's where we see a true character coming out. A true sportsman, I think, can truly be seen in a moment of loss. I think you see a lot about their character. And these two handle each other very well on and off the table. And even if they lose, they take it in good stride. Frame number 8, Jinte breaks.
Wow, dry break.
Yeah, he looks a little dejected there from his body language. Unfortunate dry break there from Jinte in frame number 8. Most of the breaks have been pretty good so far from both players. This would be the second dry break of this encounter. One was by Kelvin, and now this one by Jinte. Advantage to Kelvin, who leads 4-3. And Kelvin, I almost failed the close table, eh? Some good sportsman there raising his hand to apologize for the fluke. You said that was luck, hey?
Yeah, that was a bit of luck. But you see, sometimes you have to be in the arena. You have to show yourself so that you either be lucky or not. Because they always say the early bird catches the worm. So if you're not early, you'll not catch the worm. So I think that was he made an effort, and he was rewarded with that.
Yeah, the early bird catches the fattest worm. The early bird will be lucky enough to catch the worm. But I do believe, I always say, luck and skill, those two go hand in hand. You need a lot of skill in this game, but you do need a little bit of luck as well. You can't sail through without a little bit of luck sometimes.
Priscilla. The game is on, but I just want to have a personal question because I've got so many queries about you. I've got so many people asking me that ladies with that good voice, where can I get her number? You know, why do people love you so much, Priscilla?
I don't have a phone. Kelvin cruising away here. Check that shot. He's cruising. Do you think this will be not a break and run, a reverse dish?
All right. Is it a reverse dish? Is it a reverse dish?
In the making, it is. So far, so good for him.
Yes, with the quality and the composure of the young Kevin from Zambia, it will be a reverse dish, in my opinion. And going forward, if he does it, he'll put Jinte under pressure. In my opinion, Jinte will be under pressure. Or this is a reverse dish.
I'm not sure about the pressure part. Well, he's looking a bit calm, just looking at Gente. And they do say luck and skill go hand in hand. He needs to be lucky to win this, for starters, because they're both already skilled. But on the pressure issue, it's not pressure unless you're not prepared. Almost snookering himself there.
Oh, that was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate indeed. But going forward, is destiny. Wow, that was your prediction. It was a reverse dish. You said it, Priscilla. You call it out, and it has indeed a reality. Priscilla, it has become a reality. You said it, you call it out, and it's a reality. I don't know, you are not very good on the table, but apparently in the predictions.
Sorry, I'm very good with what?
You are very good. I'm not in bed. You're very good on the table.
Yeah.
But I'm saying your fantastic prediction has come to reality because the reverse dish you called has come to reality. This reverse dish, you said it.
No, I'm not good on the table, actually. Which is why you should give me a head start. But Peter, I know I can take that one on any day. Don't tell him when he comes back. But I'm still a fish.
Priscilla, sorry. Nowadays they call you the mighty podge. They call me the mighty podge. I'm the mighty podge. So let me ask you, Priscilla. So far, do you have any comments? Do you have any interaction with our audience so that maybe we can respond to them in case they have any response? Wow, that's okay. No problem. I think the commentators, the referees, at the same time, the fans, the way play on. And this is it. The game is on. Oh, the guy spotted the black again. I think this guy is going for it. He wants to just kill everything. Because I think, in my opinion, Priscilla, this guy has had fantastic breaks, very fantastic breaks. We are all wondering. But tell me, Priscilla, that big match, the 2 days ago match, Vans of Kacha up against Chobe Life. Wow, that was a big match.
A match for big fishes. I totally enjoyed that one. The battle of the commentators. They were missing almost every shot they attempted. They are fishes. I think they should stick to the mic and not the pool table. And again, don't tell Peter I say that when he comes back.
Apparently, sorry, Priscilla, I'm very sorry for that. They looked very animated. They looked very serious. They're so, each of them wanted to win. And apparently, I'm telling you, they tended in a row. Because they had to stop the match because the big final was coming in, so they had to stop the match. But going forward, Priscilla, tell me, between Evans Okacha and Chobe Live, who, in your opinion, was a more tougher and bigger performer?
They're both big fishes. They were both doing very bad. It was a race to three, which had to end prematurely at 2-2. And I am so glad they did not finish that race up. Otherwise, we would not be hearing the end of it from either Peter or Evans. They both were looking for bragging rights and they both were denied those rights. Otherwise, they'd be making noise for the next year, I'm sure, about whoever
All
wins.
right, Priscilla, next time I will be in Zambia. I will be in Zimbabwe just to meet. But give me somebody, don't give me Malova, don't give me Eska, don't give me Pakanoti, just give me somebody easy. I will prove a point to the Zimbabweans or even Malawians and I call them the Zambians that Poj is indeed a very good place for oil. But going forward, this is finishable with the quality of Fikoti. This is finishable.
Yeah, it looks very finishable indeed. Good play there. And you're very welcome to Zimbabwe. Very welcome to come and try your shot there. Come and play, but be careful, you might get played. We have some very good players there.
Trust me, Cecilia, trust me. I'm one of the top players we have in Eastern Central Africa, and I can sometimes decide. But this one is finishable. As you said it's finishable.
Yeah, and the first thing you said before saying that was, trust me. And my mother told me, never trust anyone who says, trust me. Unfortunate scratch there from Kelvin, who looks a little stressed out about that. Advantage to Jinte. Free shot on the visit. I think here your guess is only as good as mine. I think this will be a clearance.
The game is over. But I'm telling you, that was very unfortunate. He played everything right. Everything right. What more could he have done, Cecilia? What more could Fikoti could have done? Because he did everything right. But unfortunately,
Well, clearly he did something wrong. Something went wrong. But much to Jinte's relief, he lives to see another day. He's shaking his head a bit. He's not happy with the placement of the cue ball, but he's a good potter. So I'm confident he can take this in, but he does not. He was also unlucky like Kelvin this one.
no. This one. Oh, he has to apologize, that one. Very unfortunate indeed. Very unfortunate indeed. Very unfortunate. But going forward,
It's that luck we were talking about. Every player needs a little bit of luck, and Jinte was lucky there.
trust me, Cecilia. That tells more to witchcraft than luck. That was a bit of witchcraft, in my opinion.
I still believe it's a bit of luck. I don't think a witchcraft has a position or any room in our game here, really. If you're skilled, you're skilled. If you do believe in witchcraft, then go and get whatever it is you need to get from whoever and take on one of the finest players in the world, the likes of Chris Milling, etc., and come back and give me feedback and tell me how that goes for you.
All right. Gareth Potts, Smelling. I could try to have witchcraft, then I come for you guys. But here we are. This is Africa. The best players, the best talents in Africa are on the table. And we are really excited. Africa on the right trajectory to face anybody in the world. This is very, very interesting indeed. And you see the talent, young boys. These are young people, very young boys in their early 20s, and they're shooting very, very well. Right composure, good demeanor, and apparently this is the future of not only Africa, but the future of world pool. Oh, goodness speaks. Goodness speaks. This one This one, I think, as you say, as Cecilia says it, this could be a reverse dish. In my opinion, this is a reverse dish. Building is a reverse dish. We can call it here, and we can call it anytime. This is could be a reverse dish. Cecilia, am I wrong to make that call?
You could very well be right, but you never know. Anything can happen. He could be unlucky. Like now, he was unlucky to fail to close table. And that's just taking me back to a game I saw on the same table 2 nights ago in the decider. A very critical frame where a player failed to close the table in a setup of balls. It was the yellows, I remember, that were going to be very easy for him to clear. And he failed. It was a critical shot and he messed it up. A lot of us here were surprised. If you know, you know. That match was intense.
All right. Cecilia, help me here. If it can be either an apple. If it's not an apple, it could be a reverse dish. But if the next one, if it's not a reverse dish, the next one somebody clears, what do you call that?
You know, but just right now, I'm thinking of how I'm disappointed in these players, to be fair. I expected a lot more fireworks from these two so far. In these 10 frames they've had so far, we've only gotten to see one break and finish. We haven't seen any reverse dish so far. One break and finish. That was from Jinte in frame number 4. I'd have expected more from them. For players of their level, I expect better.
Priscilla, do you suspect fatigue? You know, being away from home, away from home for some time days, is it building up on them?
I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think they're homesick. I think they're enjoying their time here and really just enjoying the show and getting to put up quite a display for us here. Very difficult, Red. Okay, let me say difficult for me, not for players of this kind. Yeah, if that was me on the table, that would have really stressed me out, that shot there. But Kelvin looks to be in a good position here to clear those 4 reds and further extend his lead to 2 frames once again. Oh, good there. Good use of that yellow to pot his red. But the position of the cue ball, however, not so ideal, hey?
No, this is finishable. Even Priscilla can finish this one, I'm telling you.
I may want to disagree with you. I don't have that much confidence in me like you do right now. I'd probably scratch right now. I'd probably drop the cue ball in the center pocket there while trying to cut into the at the center and mess the pot horribly. Yeah, that's me for you sometimes.
This is finishable. Wow, but oh, goodness speaks. You do all that hard work. You do your best. You do nothing wrong, but fate and luck is not on your side. This is very unfortunate. I feel for it, and this is the second or third time it has happened with Fikoti. He's working so hard. He's doing everything possible. Wow, I think that is hard luck, Cecilia. That is hard luck, Priscilla. Wow, and Jinte might not forgive him for this. Going forward, Jinte might not forgive him.
Yeah, I think it's almost certain that this frame is a done deal in Jinta's favor as he looks to equalize for the for the second time in this encounter. It was 1-1 earlier. And then Kelvin cruised on, dishing more blows in Jinta's way. And now it will likely be the second time we'll get to equalize to make it 5-5. It's an exciting encounter so far, although not as many apples as I would have preferred from these two. Jinta looks serious there.
I like the way he taps the balls, just tapping them. I like tapping them like he's not serious, but the balls just go in. This boy is a good talent. I don't think that's the right one. That's the position of the cue ball he wanted.
Yeah, definitely wrong, I think. And now he's gone defensive. He was partially snookered, Kelvin, that is, but he may just be seeing enough of the red to make a sharp cut to the corner pocket. More power, Kelvin. That was headed in the right direction, I believe. But he wanted to defend. He wasn't confident in the pot, I think. That's how I see it. He wanted to kind of play safety in terms of his cue ball, make the pot a little bit harder for Jinte. He managed to, but it's not impossible here. He made it harder for Jinte, certainly. It worked in Kelvin's favor here.
Okay, sorry, Priscilla. Going forward, I've watched so many Zambian play. I've not Malawi really, but South African, Ugandans, even Moroccan people. I've watched the players play. A game of defense, the Zambians always have an upper hand. If you play defensive game, the Zambians will enjoy that arena more than anybody.
And I'll let you in on a little secret here. I'll give you a little tip. As you were saying, you want to come to Zimbabwe. Be prepared for that kind of defensive play that you've seen in the Zambians. That you've seen in the Zambians. Zimbabweans have a knack for that as well. Good potting there, Kelvin.
Fantastic. Fikoti will be 6. Gnite from Malawi will be at 4. It's a race to 11. The referees, Priscilla, the commentator, and all the fans, they say, play on. They're waving it, play on. Very interesting indeed. 2 young players, very promising indeed, here on the arena. And looking very serious. They're looking apparently very serious, Gisela. They're looking very extremely serious. I think the eye is on the ball. And I think they are wishing for the best for themselves. And here we are at Mchana Pub and Grill in the heart of Nairobi City. And this place is, we call it Ngong Road. Its place is opposite the Prestige Plaza. Anywhere, if you are around, if you're nearby, you come to Ngong Road. Wow. It's a dry break, Priscilla. It's a dry break. But let's see. Which balls will go for here, Priscilla? If you're a real player, which ball will you go for here?
I like the use of the word if I was a real player. I'm not that good a player. Unfortunate dry break, but now that Gnite has closed tables with the Reds, I was going to go for red, obviously.
I know.
I was going to do what he did.
I know, definitely. You'll have said it after the guy plays. You'll say, no, that one is so that people know you're a good player. But that's all. Ooh. Risky indeed. This one is tilted towards Kelvin Fikoti from Zambia.
Yeah, it has a little, but that wasn't too risky, as at least he managed to leave his red sitting in the pocket there. So it's a kind of defensive position. I think there Kelvin was trying to develop that yellow, and he didn't manage to. That yellow is going to give him a bit of a problem, I think. But I'm quite disappointed in the number of dry breaks they've given. A total of 4, and not so many apples here. Only 1 from Gnite. They've both broken dry twice.
But why, Priscilla? Why would Fikoti go for the yellow balls when the red balls were finishable? The red balls are finishable in my opinion. The red balls are finishable in my opinion. I don't know. And something I don't know, maybe which Priscilla knows, but in my opinion, he should have gone for the red balls.
Yeah, I think. Oh, yes. Remember, it was a dry break.
Yes.
It was a dry break, so he couldn't. It was up to Gnite. Gnite is the one who decided the fate of this frame. Gnite is the one who closed tables and went for those. Oh, he tried to open that up again. He's really trying here. He's working very hard at it. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. He has to work very hard. True, I agree with you, Evans. Sorry, I agree with you, Porge.
The mighty Porge.
Yes, the mighty Porge. I did a lot of joint commentary with Evans. And I think that was almost a lucky shot, almost. But unfortunate.
From my opinion, from a psychology perspective, it's building. This is in my opinion, this fatigue building up here. It's been almost 10 days of pool. 10 days of pool. And yes.
I think that should be loss of frame. The referee's called loss of frame here as Gnite picked the cue ball on his own. You cannot do that. on your own. A player is not allowed to touch any ball on the table during the frame at any point. The referee has to do that for you. He needs to signal that to the referee to pick the cue ball. That's unfortunate. Is it pressure perhaps? Could it be an indication of pressure on Jinte? That was very unfortunate. He messed that up for himself, but I hope he can recover. I hope he won't let that get to him. And the next frame commences 7-4. Kelvin to the good. He breaks and pots like a gazillion balls there. So many balls, I think like a couple of yellows, some reds, and table open. He's going around the table, taking his time to map out. Like Peter says, he takes quite a number of seconds to map it out and is very quick in delivery with the clearance. I think I have a feeling awesome shot loading here to open up there by center. And balls are opened up. Cue ball a little too close to yellow there. But I'm sure it's something that Jinte cannot handle. Oh, how's that for a shot? Oh, the cue ball though, the position, there's a slight cut there. With the cue ball naturally to go on the opposite side of the table as he would prefer. So he needs to play some very good shot here. Maybe get the cue ball going around the table via bulk and coming back to position itself for black. Careful of any traffic on the way. That collision was unfortunate with the red there. And now the black is difficult, but not impossible. Let's see what he can do. A lot of average players or amateurs like me at this point would be like, attention, all pockets. Just bang hard on the black and hoping it finds its way to some pocket somewhere. He's hesitant here. It is difficult, very difficult. That bank shot he's measuring is very difficult. The angle is difficult, but can be managed. He's generally quite good at bank shots. Unfortunately, chance to Kelvin. Well, Kelvin clear here. There's a chance. Plenty options available here to Kelvin. He could either go for the kill, he could snook up, but for players of this level, a finish is what they'd likely want to achieve. Jinte is looking away, looking at his phone. Maybe he doesn't want to witness the finish here. I think he may still be disappointed in himself after that loss of frame foul, where he picked the cue ball by himself. A very disappointing way to lose a frame, especially when you felt you just had it with a free shot on the visit. And then you make such a mistake. That is not allowed in black ball rules. It's allowed in gambling, though. It's an unwritten rule in gambling that you may pick the cue ball without asking. It's allowable, but not here, not in professional games. A very good cueing there from Kelvin. Good positioning. And down to the last ball. I think Jinty is trying to distract himself there.
Okay, sorry, but I still tell you one thing making Jinte not be into the game. Look at it. Look at Jinte. He's on the phone. He's not even concentrating. He's not concentrating. He's on the phone. He's deflected, and apparently, I think this is fatigue. Priscilla, as much as you say anything, fatigue has built on the players. Fatigue. So many days of pool. It can work on you, and you're so many. How many kilometers from Malawi to Kenya? How many kilometers? Maybe can you say 6,000 kilometers from 6,000 kilometers
I
from?
think it's just. I think it's just 2,000. I believe almost 2,000, if not just under 2,000.
Let me Google.
Yeah, I think
Better
maybe almost 2,000.
Can better that. I think it's around 4,000.
Okay, if I were to put a guess, I'd say 1.9. What's your figure?
I'll put around maybe 3,500.
Okay, my figure is 1,900. Google that and let's see who the winner
Let's
is.
say, and then you buy me a drink. If I win, you buy me a drink. If you win, I buy you a drink.
No, if I win, you're giving me a 10 head start in a race to 12. I think it's a way of consoling himself there with Jinte, trying to look for a pick me up. After that unfortunate mess up by him, he picked the cue ball by himself. That was like almost went in there.
That's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate dry break. Because this one going forward, I will certainly go for the red balls. I'll certainly go for the red balls. Certainly, I'll go for the red balls. So going forward, here we are. The heart of Nairobi City. Jinte. Wow. That's a very lucky escape. Very lucky escape indeed. But here we are. Jinte up against Kelvin's Fikoti from Zambia. Malawi against Zambia. Very interesting indeed. And these people, they've played for so many times. They know each other very, very well. So it's no surprise. The shots they're displaying here, they are well anticipated by both of them. So let's see. It's very interesting, and I'm seeing Kelvin Nkandu Fikoti having an upper hand because remember Zambians are very good in defense. Very good defense. Look at that there. Look at that for the defense. Zambians are known for defensive play. Zambians and I think Zimbabweans, all of them are very good defensive players. And if it goes so far, very close. Oh no. Trust me, Kelvin will win this one, in my opinion. The position of the balls, the way the balls are, I think Kelvin most likely will win. Almost 80%. He will win this one, 80%. But this is a game of, it's a human being. You can make a mistake, so it's possible. Everything is possible.
And I think that was a mistake right there in terms of cue ball positioning. I think he was trying to position his cue ball for that yellow. You see that yellow along the left hand rail, the one that's gunning towards the left top corner pocket. He missed that position, but plan B in progress. He can try and make position for it again and work on his way towards a finish. If he fails to, he may be punished.
We can only wish him the best. We can only wish him the best. But wow, how about the fire recovery? That's a good recovery, in my opinion. That's a very good recovery, Priscilla. That's a fantastic recovery.
Yeah, true. Very true. After messing up the cue ball management previously for that rail shot, these players always have a plan B. They always do have a plan B. You always have to have a plan B. How's that for an awesome shot? A lot of power there. I think here he may need to play a cut with the left spin. No, I think a left-hand spin to position for that yellow. You see that yellow along, you see on the left-hand side of the screen? To make position for it. Okay, he's not going for what we thought he's going for. He's going for the yellow in bulk first. I think the cut is a little too much for him.
There. Now it
He's
is the natural white for him.
it's better positioned now.
For natural
Not
white.
so natural, but may need a little bit of left spin. Don't you think here?
Yes.
A left English would do to make position for the yellow.
I love one thing about Priscilla. She's so academic. She's so theoretical. You might think she's the best player in the whole of Africa, but on the table, or I don't know. But that is a good prediction. How about that?
Clean finish. The thing is, the problem is, I can see these shots. I can see the finish. I always see the finish. I always see the break and finish. But I never manage to execute it. That's my problem.
But the perception, you don't believe in yourself because, in my opinion, I called it. That one was this. I called it, and I can assure you, I can do exactly the same thing. I can do the exactly any time on the table. I can do the exact thing every time. I do it. I can do it.
Really, put your money where your mouth is, Porge. They make it look easy, but it's not so easy, hey? Like you were saying, he needed a natural a roll on the yellow there. You would have, if you went natural on that, I don't know if you would have managed to put it, but even if you had, you may have left yourself with too fine a cut for the last yellow.
Okay, I'm sorry, Priscilla, but after this game, we'll do the same. We do the same practically and physically. We place the balls the same way they are. And then I'll explain to you. I'll tell you what I was saying, and I'll do it the same way. And I'll tell you, Priscilla, you'll also try to do it. But trust me, put a bet on it. I'll do exactly the same thing Kelvin Fikoti has done. Trust me.
All right, I'm also big in betting, so I'll just take your word for it then. Next frame in progress, frame number 14. With a dry break. And then Fikoti fails to close the table. These players are disappointing me, though. They really are disappointing me. They're giving each other a lot of chances, and the person given a chance isn't maximizing each time and have delivered way too many dry breaks.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is not Chite, we know. That's just a big mistake on him. But look at, I think I agree with you, my sister from Zimbabwe. I really agree with you, Priscilla. The level of execution is not really accurate. The accuracy is missing, or the motivation to clear the frames is really not there the way they should be.
The motivation may be there. Just like I'm always highly motivated to go break and finish after break and finish, but I never manage to really. I always think I can do it when I see these players do it. I get to the table, get over, try the first shot, and I miss. That's unfortunate. But these players definitely are not queuing to our expectations, I think, in terms of their delivery here. Too many dry breaks, 3 each. And the only thing they're doing well on is not fouling. I think there's only been one a foul so far.
I'm sorry, Priscilla. I'm sorry for the interruption. It's looking very good for Fikoti. The Zambian is looking very good, and I think this is clearable with this quality. Equal clear. This one is clearable, in my opinion. I think this one will move. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Priscilla. It will go, if Kelvin wins this, it's in the hill. Wow. Very interesting indeed. If he wins this one, he'll be on the hill.
Yeah, true. Too many one-sided matches though today. I believe, well, there isn't any player that has managed to go past 6. It is a clearable frame, but I wouldn't say easy. You see that red, you see the 2 reds along the rail there, gunning for the same pocket as the black. The other one, the one behind, the one that's further from the pocket, is the hardest shot. You could play cannon for it, to move it a bit, to put it in a better position. That would be the hardest part, but it's not impossible. He can manage it.
I've called it. It is over. Priscilla, it's over. I've called it out.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Let's see how it goes. He's managed that bank shot, which I think is always a difficult shot. For me, bank shot is always the last point of call. I believe bank shots are guess shots, in my opinion. He's down to 2 reds, with that red near the black being his key ball, the last ball before the black. And how's that for cue ball control?
I called it out. You called the other time, you called a red apple. This one I'm calling, this one is a finish for Fikoti. Fikoti will win this one.
You never know. It's not over till it's over. Let's see. But he should be able to handle it with a. You see, you called it too soon there. Never say never, and Jinta's back in business. Evidently relieved here.
Fine. Do you feel for Fikoti? Because that was a good display of talent. Do you feel for him? It is Priscilla. Do you really feel for this guy? Because that was he deserved to win that fight.
Yeah, but who I feel for more right now is Jinte. I think he's even gone down a little in terms of performance. I think he's disturbed by that unfortunate encounter. I think he's still reeling over it, and he hasn't gotten over it when he picked the cue ball on his own without asking the referee. In fact, I will say I missed the foul. I didn't see what Kelvin did. Perhaps I just missed it. I didn't see what the foul was, what resulted in the foul to begin with.
Going back, Priscilla, but this is snooker. This is snooker against Fikoti. And let's see how he does it, because it's a very technical snooker. It's very interesting snooker indeed. It's very difficult to do, but wow, let's wait for it. Because this could be a game changer, because if he makes it, he'll be on the hill. So this is very interesting indeed. He has to make it right. He has to make it right. Wow, wow. One of the shots of the tournament.
True. I think the best search I've seen thus far. Kelvin. He did a great job there. Jinte back on his phone. Do you know it's actually a foul in black ball rules? Either the referee did not see that or it's turning a blind eye to it and it's down.
How about that
The
for
black
finish,
ball.
Priscilla? Wow. How about that for finish? Jinte 4. Kelvin Nikandu Fikoti on 10. Referees, the fans, Priscilla, the commentator, waves. Play on. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed. Wow. Wow. Could you ask for anything more?
That was a classy finish executed with such finesse. Congratulations there, Kelvin, for a very classy finish. You put up quite a display. Well, not as if you can hear me, but yeah, I liked it. I like it very much. He should be breaking next. He's been very bad at his breaks, I will say. He's only managed four break and pots, and three have been dry breaks. I expect a lot better. He hasn't given any green or red apples. That's any break and run or any reverse dish here.
But Priscilla, very interesting indeed. The same thing we said. Jinte is still on his phone, really. Jinte is on his phone. I keep telling you this game is almost 60% mental and 40% a look. Even he's working with his phone as he goes. So it reduces his level of seriousness, in my opinion.
Maybe that's a way of consoling himself. I don't know why I'm actually feeling, I'm letting him off on that. Really, although it's not allowed. Yeah, it's not allowed in the new rules, the black ball rules. And I think either the referee is not noticing it or is turning a blind eye to it. But maybe that's what he's using as a sort of comfort, although it may be disrespectful to the other player. I don't know how Kelvin feels about it, if he's noticed.
If I play a player and then the person is a phone, we are concentrating on a big game, I will feel, in my opinion, I'll not be happy myself. I will feel that there's a little. Ooh, wow, interesting indeed. Jinte 4. Kelvin, wow. How about the first spin? Look at the spin. Look at the spin, Cecilia. Look at the spin. Wow, that was an interesting spin indeed. But here we are. Here we are. We are up against. Oh, that borders on carelessness, in my opinion. That one borders on carelessness. Did you see that shot? It borders on carelessness, in my opinion. Look, and it's again on the phone. He plays that shot and he goes to his phone. Wow, Cecilia, I think these guys, especially, I find him homesick. I think it's the guy. The guy could be homesick. Let's not blame him. He could be homesick.
I think he's just disappointed. And the show is put up here. I think this is the worst performance of his ever since he landed in Kenya. I mean, that was unfortunate. And I think it has messed up his tempo here. I think he's lost his mojo. And at this point, really, I think he's got a less than 10% chance of winning this encounter against Kelvin. I don't know if he's given up or whatever it is. I hope he does still have a fight in him. Kelvin's still fighting on here, fighting to clear this one visit. Double
over.
potting there,
It's over.
unintentionally though.
Let me call it. Kelvin will win this one. I'm calling it. Sorry for that, but I'm calling it.
You don't have to be sorry. That is a good one there. 2 yellows to go. I'm afraid to call anything really. I've seen some mistakes happen when I feel game is down.
Oh, call it now. Please call it.
Okay, you called it then, Porge, that it's a game down. It's been unfortunate so far, and Stanford has surrendered. Well done to Kelvin and tough luck.